This is the fourth day of the war, very extensive, very dramatic. I think that it's, in my point of view, historical days in the Middle East. I think you can see the change in the Middle East in a few days. And what's happened during the almost 2 years since October 7th, it's a really dramatic days. And we see, if I may say, historical moments, definitely. Right now, there is an attack from Iran towards Israel with the missiles, mainly to civilian areas, condensed civilian areas near to Tel Aviv. There is a lot of casualties, there is a lot of damage, but we are, with our intelligence, all forces, and of course the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, and the Air Force, making a very, very precise work, targeting strategic and military targets in Iran, including the nuclear capabilities of Iran. This is our aim, this is our target, and I think that we are doing it in a very systematic way. I think that Germany made it very clear, and I've heard it from many, many European countries, definitely from the United States. They understand that we do the work for the world, because we are right now at the bridge between peace and war. And I think that everybody understands that Iran is a risk for the war, and exactly what we are doing right now, I think that they are very appreciative of that.
The US President left the G7 meeting midway because he said that there is something important which he needs to focus on. So it was the war of Israel and Iran which he is focusing on. Are you agreeing with that?
I think that the American has its own policy, and I'm not going to intervene with that. I think that they will do whatever is good for the United States. Anyway, we are doing the best right now to eliminate the nuclear capability of Iran and to bring stability to the Middle East.
So what targets have you targeted till date in Iran? What kind of establishments were there? Only military establishments? You are saying that no civilian area has been targeted. So what kind of military establishment was there which were targeted?
There is a lot of reactors and nuclear reactors in Iran. Some of them were damaged. The centrifugas areas definitely was hit. We don't know exactly what is the result. Still in Fordow, it's still not attacked. And we hope it's very, very deep in the ground. But mainly the main reactor were attacked, definitely military, and the head of military and intelligence of Iran were a target. We would like to change the Middle East, and I think that we made it very, very clear.
What are the casualties from Israel's side? How many people have sustained injuries or have deceased?
I have a family in Israel, and I have to tell you, it's not easy days in Israel. Definitely there is a damage, mainly in the central area of Israel, where is most of the population of Israel lived in the center. Right now, it's 26 deaths, and of course the damage is in a very large scale. But I think that, and this is very, very important to emphasize. You know, normally in Israel there is a dispute between left to right, like in India. In this case, I think that there is no dispute at all. Everybody support the government decision. Everybody understand that there is a price for it, but we would like to change the history. We would like to change the ability of the Jewish state to live peacefully in the Middle East. That's our target.
So how do you see days ahead for the Middle East, the global community, and Israel and Iran particularly? How do you see the future in next a week or months?
I'm very optimistic. I have to tell you very frankly. I think that, as I mentioned, it's an historical days in the Middle East. I think that the support and the understanding from the entire, even Muslim countries in the region, they understand that Iran is a negative role in the Middle East, and I think everybody's support. I think that it's going to be a dramatic days in the Middle East, and I think for positive way.
So one last question. India and Israel have always been good friends. So what kind of support Israel expects from India and Indian community?
We need your love. You know, love is the most important thing. We don't want you to be part of the operation, but definitely the love that I received in the social medias, in the media, in the personal, it's warm our hearts, and we love you very much, and we know that you are with us.